Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Conservation Diaries. With all the recent rains we've been having here on Lapalala, it's not hard to see why this animal is so red in color. Elephants, rhinos, and warthogs are three animals that need to roll around the mud in order to provide a bit of protection from the sun. Not only that, also the effects of biting insects on their body. Elephants will very often take on the coloration of soil of their surroundings, hence why this animal is so maroon in color. Early on in the week, LF4 was spotted with her two youngsters just off Lapalala Main, not too far away from the old airstrip, an old stomping ground of theirs. Now LF4 has been spotted quite recently, spending a lot of time away from the cubs. This could be a sign that she's getting the cubs ready for a time in their lives when they need to leave her side. Young lion cubs will typically leave their mom's side around the age of 2 years old. With these youngsters being in about a year and 6 months, it is about time for them to gain their independence very soon. Again, early on in the week, the 4 sub-adults were spotted in an area called Kolobi, just behind Kolobi Dam. Here we have a shot of the 3 males of the group, all in a line. With their mohawks on show, a clear indicator of not only the development of an imminent mane, but also their sex. Adult male lions that develop very strong manes theoretically have very strong genes and are therefore the top pick of the females. Youngsters, often having boundless amounts of energy, put on a little bit more of a show than the adults do. Although this looks like the cubs are playing, this is instinctive behavior. It's something that they need to do. Biting, scratching, pawing. This is essential learning behavior. This puts them in good stead for the future, one day when they need to put these skills to the test when it comes to feeding their stomachs, as well as protecting themselves from imminent danger. No matter what is going on here, this just has cute written all over it. Later on in the week, the sub-adults managed to chase a young warthog down a hole in an area called Kolobi Plains. We must have spent roughly about an hour and a half in the sighting, as these lions attempted to dig this poor warthog out of its burrow. With warthog burrows sometimes ranging between 1 meter to 1.5 meters deep, this was going to be no mean feat for these animals. Although having extremely sharp claws and therefore the ability to dig a hole, what they'd managed to do is dig the hole completely closed and bring themselves a little bit more work. In the end, one of the males remained as the sole digger, but after about 20 minutes, he too gave up. He went and lay down with the rest of the sub-adults, and we had a quick look at the hole. It looked like something had exploded in the ground. What would the Conservation Diaries be without a recap on how the Nambiti boys spent their week? Cheetahs are built to go fast, but not necessarily built to be able to climb trees to the extent that leopards can. With the reserve experiencing a bit more colder temperatures this past week, these animals have been just a little bit more active than usual. Although, to be honest, they just can't resist a little bit of a lie down. For this next clip, you're going to want to turn your volume up full. Here we have one of the sub-adults staring intently at you. So from all of us here at Tintswalo, where conservation never stops, we'll catch you all next time.